Salam sehat, salam sejahtera buat semua. Jumpa lagi pada mata kuliah Data Analysis and Visualization atau analisis dan visualisasi data. Adapun topik yang akan kita bahas pada pertemuan kali ini adalah Data Analysis with Inferential Statistics in Excel atau analisis data dengan statistik inferensial pada Microsoft Excel. Masih bersama saya, Leon Andretti Abdillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang. Salam sehat dan sejahtera buat kita semua. Selamat datang rekan-rekan mahasiswa yang saya cintai dan banggakan dimanapun Anda berada. Semoga selalu dalam keadaan sehat walafiat dan dalam lindungan Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin.
Lecture untuk mata kuliah ini adalah Leon Andretti Abdillah, saat ini sebagai Associate Professor Computer Science and Information System pada Faculty Science and Technology. Kemudian juga bertugas sebagai asesor, reviewer, research fellow, dan editor. Asesor BKD di Kemdikbud, kemudian reviewer di Kemdikbud, research fellow INTI International University Malaysia, serta research fellow Tsinghua University Taiwan, dan menjadi editor pada sejumlah international journal dan conference. Mata kuliah yang diasuh antara lain adalah HCI, KMS, CRM, kemudian ada BPP, BPHEM, Databases, Data Structure, ERP, Information System, ITSM, Management Planning System, Supply Chain Management, System Analysis and Design, Algorithm and Programming, dan lain-lain. Juga sebagai mentors, ini ada di Pablon New Zealand dan Unpad Indonesia. Kemudian ada sebagai consultant baik di bidang akademik, research, dan community, serta koordinator pada Research Center dan Enterprise System Research Group. Berikut sejumlah mata kuliah yang diampu, dimulai dari System Analysis and Design, Enterprise System, Research Method, Human-Computer Interaction, Knowledge Management System, Human Capital Management, Algorithm Programming and Data Structures, Supply Chain Management, Business Process, serta beberapa mata kuliah lainnya.
This course provides hands-on training in data analysis and visualization using Excel and Tableau. Students will learn to analyze, visualize, and present data insights effectively for great decision-making. In Excel, students will explore key tools such as pivot tables, advanced formulas, and charting techniques to clean, analyze, and visualize data. They'll develop the skills to create impactful reports. In Tableau, students will learn to build interactive, visually compelling dashboards and charts. They'll gain expertise in connecting to data sources and creating insightful storytelling visualizations.
Oke, sekarang baru masuk ke course objektif ya. Students should be able to the following by the end of the course. Jadi ada sejumlah hal yang diharapkan dapat dikerjakan oleh mahasiswa setelah mengikuti perkuliahan ini. Yang pertama itu adalah Master Data Analysis Technique. Jadi, with Excel and Tableau, student will learn fundamental data analysis concepts like data cleaning, transformation, and statistical analysis. Jadi, teknik analisa data yang utama itu meliputi data cleaning, transformasi, juga sampai ke analisa statistika ya. Yang kedua adalah Excel Data Management. Learn how to manipulate and analyze data effectively using Excel features such as formula, pivot table, Power Query, and Power Pivot. Nah, ini adalah mengelola data secara excellent ya, meliputi ada formula, ada pivot table, Power Query, dan juga Power Pivot. Yang ketiga yaitu Effective Data Visualization. Learn best practices for producing meaningful representation in Excel and Tableau that effectively communicates findings. Nah, ini cara memvisualisasikan data yang ada ya, sehingga dapat menjadi sarana komunikasi yang baik. Yang keempat adalah Build Interactive Dashboard ya. Learn how to create dynamic and interactive dashboards and reports in Excel and Tableau with a focus on interactivity and data storytelling. Nah, ini juga yang cukup penting adalah dashboard ya. Di sini data tadi dapat kita ceritakan ya. Nah, kalau ada dashboardnya dapat kita ceritakan seperti storytelling, kira-kira seperti itu. Last but not least, yang kelima adalah Apply Data Analysis to Decision Making. learn how to use data insights to enhance decision-making process, as well as industry-specific data visualization use case. Nah, di sini baru cara pengambilan keputusan ya. Jadi visualisasi tadi itu bisa dibuat untuk proses pengambilan keputusan. Oke, sekarang masuk ke course expectation. Yang pertama adalah attendance dan enrollment. Jadi mahasiswa diharapkan secara reguler itu hadir ya, bisa secara offline ataupun online, termasuk juga dalam diskusi, dalam forum, serta kegiatan berkelompok. Yang kedua adalah task and assignment. Jadi selama perkuliahan Anda akan mendapati sejumlah tugas-tugas, bisa juga kuis, ujian untuk menilai seberapa capaian pemahaman Anda terhadap konten mata kuliah ini. Kemudian ada juga group project. Mahasiswa diminta untuk bekerja secara kolaboratif ya, berkelompok untuk mengaplikasikan knowledge management principle ke dunia nyata yang mungkin ditemui. Yang keempat adalah reading and resources. Nanti kita akan berikan sejumlah recommended reading and resources. Jadi diharapkan Anda mempelajari materi-materi tersebut sehingga dapat meningkatkan pemahaman dari subjek ini. Selanjutnya perlu diperhatikan juga regular office hours ya. Jadi kalau mau bertanya, konsultasi itu fokus pada jam kerja ya. Jadi saya meminimalkan kontak di luar jam kerja. Kemudian harus bersikap profesional, respectful ya, baik terhadap karyawan ya, dosen, rekan-rekan dan lain sebagainya. Kemudian communication juga penting ya. Jadi kalau mau bertanya itu harus jelas dan usahakan pada waktunya. Kemudian yang kedelapan adalah ethical conduct. It is critical to maintain academic and ethical integrity. Termasuk juga nanti ada kita harus menghindari yang namanya plagiarism dan juga cheating ya, baik pada saat belajar, tugas ataupun ujian. Kemudian tak lupa adalah feedback. You will receive constructive feedback on your assignment and project to help you improve your understanding and performance.
Statistics is the science of collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and presenting data. It offers tools for making informed decisions based on data observations and trends. Excel offers a range of statistical functions including average, median, mode, count, and stdev. These functions simplify computations and enhance data analysis capabilities.
Data visualizations, creating charts in Excel. Excel provides a variety of chart types to visualize data, including bar, line, pie, or scatter plots. User can select the appropriate chart type based on the nature of their data and the insights they wish to convey. Using the Insert tab, one can easily create charts and customize them for effective communication of results. Jadi Excel itu menyediakan beragam chart untuk memvisualisasikan datanya, bisa bar chart, line chart, pie chart, or scatter plots. Kita bisa memilih salah satu yang bersesuaian. Pada Excel itu ada pada tab Inserts.
Descriptive statistics summarize and describe the main features of a dataset through numerical calculations like mean and variance. Inferential statistics make predictions or inferences about a population based on a sample of data. Understanding the difference is crucial for an accurate analysis of data.
Pivot table is a powerful tool to calculate, summarize, and analyze data that lets you see comparisons, patterns, and train your data. Pivot table work a little bit differently depending on what platform you are using to run Excel. Jadi, pivot table ini merupakan perangkat yang sangat powerful dari Excel, bisa untuk menghitung, mensummarize, analyze data, ya, sehingga kita bisa melihat perbandingan, pola, dan tren dari data yang ada. Meeting purposes. The meeting aims to introduce participants to the key concepts of the inferential statistics, such as hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, and statistical significance, and demonstrate how this technique can be applied using Excel. The session will cover essential Excel functions and tools, including built-in statistical functions like t-test and ANOVA, providing hands-on exercise for practical learning. Agenda. Our meeting will be divided into 5 subsections. The first is Introduction to Inferential Statistics, including definition, importing of statistic, role of Excel in data analysis, and statistical concepts. Then Excel setup for statistics, installing recordings, data organization practices, navigating Excel statistics tool, load analysis tool, packet Excels. Then hypothesis testing consists of formulating hypotheses, conducting t-tests, and interpreting test results. After that, regression analysis, we understanding linear regression, performing regression in Excel, evaluating regression outputs. After that, last but not least, is confidence intervals, calculating confidence intervals, interpreting confidence levels, and application in research.
Data analysis is the process of examining, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data to uncover useful information. Inferential statistics allows us to make predictions or inferences about a population based on a sample of data. Inferential statistics are vital as they provide the tools for making predictions, testing hypotheses, and drawing conclusions from data samples. This helps businesses and researchers make informed decisions without needing to assess an entire population. Excel serves as a powerful tool for data analysis, offering features for calculations, graphing, and data manipulation. Its accessible interface allows users to perform complex statistical tasks without advanced programming knowledge.
Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into the world of statistics, specifically understanding populations, samples, and that all-important concept of hypothesis testing. Whether you love numbers or dread them, stick around. I promise this will make your stats class a whole lot easier. First up, let's talk about populations and samples. Imagine you're a scientist looking to study the eating habits of all high school students in the country. The entire group of high school students is what we call a population. But studying every single student is just not practical, right? That's where samples come in. A sample is a smaller group selected from the population. This smaller group should ideally represent the larger group accurately. Think of it like taste testing a few pieces of popcorn to decide if the entire bowl is good. Next, we've got hypothesis testing. This is your go-to tool for making decisions or predictions about a population based on your sample data. Here's how it works. You start with 2 hypotheses. The null hypothesis, or H0, assumes there's no effect or difference. The alternative hypothesis, or H1, suggests there is an effect or difference. For example, you might hypothesize that a new teaching method affects student performance. Using statistical tests, you analyze your sample data to see if there's enough evidence to support the alternative hypothesis. If the data doesn't back it up, you stick with the null hypothesis. It's like being a detective. Your sample data is the clue that helps you solve the case. Now let's chat about sampling methods. How you select your sample can make a big difference in your results. Random sampling is where every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. It's like drawing names out of a hat. Stratified sampling involves dividing the population into subgroups and sampling from each one. This ensures you capture key characteristics of the population. Cluster sampling is when you divide the population into clusters, then randomly select entire clusters to study. Each of these methods helps reduce bias and improve the accuracy of your results. Picture it like choosing the best representational slice from the whole pizza. So why does all this matter? Understanding population samples and hypothesis testing is crucial for making informed decisions based on data. Whether you're in social sciences, business, or health, these concepts help you draw meaningful conclusions and make evidence-based decisions. Alright, that's a wrap for today. I hope this quick dive into stats helps demystify some of these critical concepts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching and happy studying. Stay curious, folks.
Excel setup for statistics. The first is installing required add-ins. To perform advanced statistics analysis in Excel, ensure that the Analysis Toolpack add-ins is installed. This can be enabled under Excel's add-in setting, providing access to various statistic functions. Excel setup for statistics. Second, data organization practices. Organizing data effectively is critical. Use clear headers, consistent formatting, and separate variables in distinct columns to facilitate statistical analysis and interpret results accurately. Excel setup for statistics. Number 3 is navigating Excel's statistical tools. Familiarize yourself with Excel formula bar, built-in function like average, start def, and the features available in the Analysis Toolpack for conducting statistical tests and creating data visualizations. Excel setup for statistics. Number 4 is load the Analysis Toolpack in Excel. The first, click the File tab, click Options, and then click the Add-ins category. After that, in the Manage box, select Excel Add-ins and then click Go. If you are using Excel for Mac, in the File menu, go to Tools, Excel Add-ins. Number 3, in the Add-ins box, check the Analysis Toolpack checkbox and then click OK. Excel techniques. Using Excel function for statistical analysis. Excel offers a variety of built-in functions for performing statistical tests and calculations, such as average, median, stat-def, and t-test. Familiarity with these functions is essential for efficient data analysis and can significantly enhance the accuracy of results obtained from datasets. One sample t-test in Excel. First, when to use. Use it when comparing example mean. Compare it to a known value. Second steps. Conduct a t-test in Excel. The formula is equal t dot test. The interpretation. Interpret the p-value. Understand the confidence intervals. Independent sample t-test in Excel. The first comparing means compare to independent groups. Are there means difference? Second, assumptions. Normality and equivariance needed. Check the data carefully. The third Excel test. Choose equal versus unequal variance. Formula is t.test again. Interpret and conclude carefully. Report p-value correctly. Pair sample t-test in Excel. Analyze pair data. Match sample are important, pre-test and post-test example. Then calculate difference. Find difference score first, then do the t-test. After that, interpret the results. Assess the difference is significant. Use the Excel function wisely. For example, educational intervention example. See if the differences matters or not. Hypothesis testing atau pengujian hipotesa. Hypothesis testing involves forming null and alternative hypotheses, using t-test to compare means and interpreting p-value to decide if results are statistically significant. Jadi pengujian hipotesa itu melibatkan pembentukan hipotesa null dan alternatif menggunakan t-test untuk membandingkan nilai means-nya, kemudian baru diinterpretasikan p-value untuk memutuskan apakah hasilnya secara statistik itu significant. Hypothesis testing atau pengujian hipotesa, formulating hypothesis atau formulasi hipotesa. Hypothesis formulation involve correcting a null hypothesis or H0 that states there is no effect or difference and an alternative hypothesis H1 that suggests there is. Jadi, formulasi hipotesa itu melibatkan penciptaan suatu hipotesa nol yang menyatakan bahwa tidak ada efek atau perbedaan serta suatu hipotesa alternatif dikenal dengan H1 yang menyatakan ada perbedaan atau ada dampaknya. Clear function are critical for valid statistical test. Jadi harus didefinisikan dengan jelas agar bisa mendapatkan hasil pengujian statistik yang valid. Hypothesis testing, conducting t-test. A t-test is used to compare the means of two groups to determine if they are statistically different from each other. Jadi dilakukan suatu pengujian yang namanya t-test untuk membandingkan means dari dua kelompok yang menentukan apakah mereka secara statistik berbeda dari yang lainnya. Excel provide tools for conducting t-tests including pair, unpair, and one-pair test. Excel sendiri sudah menyediakan alat-alat untuk melakukan pengujian t-test termasuk pair, unpair, atau one sample test. Hypothesis testing, interpreting test results. After conducting a t-test, interpret the p-value to ascertain the significance. Jadi setelah melakukan pengujian t-test, maka kita perlu menginterpretasikan hasilnya, yaitu p-value. Apakah significant? A p-value less than the alpha level, commonly 0.05, indicates significant results, meaning the null hypothesis can be rejected. Jadi, apabila nilai P-nya kurang dari alpha level, biasanya kita gunakan 5% atau 0,05, maka mengindikasikan hasil yang signifikan. Artinya, hipotesa 0 itu bisa kita tolak dan H1 diterima. Regression analysis, analisa regresi. Regression analysis is linear equation to show relationship between variables. Jadi analisa regresi itu menggunakan rumus linear untuk memperlihatkan hubungan antar variabel. In Excel, it's done via the data analysis toolpack, and result like R square and p-value have evaluate model fits. Di Excel, dia dikerjakan dengan menggunakan tool dan analisis toolpack, sehingga hasil-hasil seperti R kuadrat dan p-value itu bisa membantu mengevaluasi kecocokan dengan modelnya. Regression analysis, analisa regresi, understanding linear regression, memahami regresi linear. Linear regression analyze the relationship between two variables by fitting a linear equation to observed data. Jadi, regresi linear itu akan menganalisa hubungan dari dua variabel dengan difitkan, dicocokkan pada suatu rumus linear untuk atau dari data-data yang diobservasi. It helps predict the value of a dependent variable based on the independent variable. Ini membantu memprediksi nilai dari variabel dependent berdasarkan variabel independennya. Regression analysis, analisa regresi, performing regression in Excel, mengerjakan regresi di Excel. To perform regression analysis in Excel, use the regression tool from the analysis toolpack. Untuk mengerjakan analisa regresi di Excel, kita bisa menggunakan tools regresi dari analysis toolpack. Input the dependent and independent variable rings for accurate result. Masukkan ring variabel dependent dan independennya sehingga diharapkan hasilnya akan lebih akurat. Regression analysis, evaluating regression output. Evaluasi luaran dari regresi. Interpreting regression output involve examining coefficients, R square value, and p value. Jadi untuk menginterpretasikan output dari regresi, kita membutuhkan pengujian dari koefisien berupa nilai R square dan juga nilai P. This metric indicate the strength and significance of the relationship between variables. Ukuran ini mengindikasikan kekuatan dan signifikansi dari hubungan antar variabel yang kita uji. Confidence interval, interval confidence. Confidence intervals estimate the range for a population parameters. Calculated using sample data, they show where the true value likely falls. 95% level means 95% change to interval contain 8. Jadi tingkat confidence itu mengestimasi rentang dari suatu parameter populasi. Kita hitung dengan menggunakan sampel data di mana menunjukkan nilai true-nya akan bersesuaian. Misalnya saja tingkat 90%, maka akan ada 90% kemungkinan dari interval yang berisi data tersebut. Confidence interval atau interval confidence. Calculating confidence interval. Menghitung interval confidence. Confidence interval estimate the range within which population parameters are likely to fall. Jadi interval confidence itu mengestimasikan rentang di mana populasi parameter itu akan sesuai. They can be calculated using Excel functions such as confidence or using standard error calculation. Bisa dihitung menggunakan fungsi Excel yaitu confidence, atau kita bisa gunakan perhitungan standar error. Confidence interval, interval confidence. Interpreting confidence level. Menerjemahkan tingkat confidence. Confidence levels usually set at 90%, 95%, or 99% represent the probability that the parameter falls within the calculated intervals. Jadi level confidence itu biasanya diset pada angka 90%, 90% atau 99%, sehingga dapat merepresentasikan tingkat probabilitasnya sesuai dengan interval kalkulasi. Understanding this level help assess the reliability of the estimated. Kalau kita bisa paham level ini, bisa membantu bagaimana mengakses tingkat reliability yang akan diperkirakan. confidence interval, interval confidence. Application in research, penerapannya di bidang penelitian. Confidence interval are pivotable in research for communicating the precision of sample estimates. Jadi tingkat level interval confidence ini dia sangat penting pada penelitian untuk mengomunikasikan seberapa presisi estimasi dari sampel yang dipakai. They assist in hypothesis testing, helping researchers make informed decision based on the interval range. Dia membantu pada pengujian hipotesa sehingga para peneliti itu dapat mendapatkan informasi keputusan berdasarkan rentang intervalnya.
In today's data-driven world, mastering data analysis using inferential statistics in Excel is crucial for informed decision-making. This knowledge equips you with the necessary tools to interpret data effectively.
Assignment. For this assignment, you may choose a dataset related to a topic of interest, for example, sales data, students' test scores, population data, sports statistics, etc. If you need help finding a dataset, you can use publicly available sources. Exploring and applying Excel function related to inferential statistics analysis, for example, t.test, ANOVA, or confidence. Save your assignment in Word or PowerPoint. The code is 6 or inferential statistics. Store it in Dropbox and pass the URL from Dropbox into the submitted URL. Good luck. Berikut merupakan referensi yang terpakai pada mata kuliah manajemen sistem.
Thank you. Don't forget to watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe at Leon Abdillah. See you again.